Okay, so we're going to look at another hybrid picking idea now, which is really nice and I think outlines the chords really, really well. What we're going to do is we're going to start with the E chord, and we're going to use the third finger of our left hand to push this F sharp note, which is 7th fret on the B string, upper tone, like that. And then we're going to use the little finger, the pinky of our left hand, and the second finger of our right hand to just catch that note like that. And that's got a real nice kind of country rock sort of sound. Now, what you may be noticing there, that by bending this F sharp to a G sharp and then putting this B at the top, is actually forming, okay, the third and fifth of an E chord. And then if we've got an E in the bass, that basically makes up the whole triad. Okay, so again, we can be staccato with this lick. In other words, we can cut off using the palm muting from our right hand, or we can let it ring. And what I like to do all that stuff, but I like to kind of do the staccato thing. I like to let it ring, but I like to shake it when it's up there. Okay. Now I use a tremolo on my guitar, which if you've got a floating system, sometimes it can make these things sound a bit odd. So by adding a bit of shake, rattle and roll to it, it just makes it sound really nice, I think. Okay, so that's the one for the E chord. Now we're going to do the A chord next. So we're going to bend a B to a C sharp, 12 to 14 on the B string. And we're going to catch that high E above it. Back to E. Okay, then we're going to move up and we're going to bend this C sharp note up to a D sharp note and catch that F sharp above it on the 14th fret high E string. So basically we're bending 14B to 16B, and then we're catching that 14 high E above it. So we're outlining B, outlining A, outlining E. Okay, so I'm going to do a little demonstration and just give you an idea of what this stuff sounds like in a real situation. Okay, so pretty basic use of the lick, but now I'm going to extend it. And this is something that I do a lot, and I hear a lot of players do this. I bend up the B string and then do a sort of bend while using that high E note. Okay, now that B string is not really being bent to a specific place, it's just kind of being let down. And then shaking it, okay? So just try and get that sound in your head. Now I want to add another element to this lick as well, and this is super useful, I think, for all sorts of rock and country and blues playing, is we do the lick as we've learned it so far, but then let this B string down, and then play the root of the chord, which in this case is E. And then we're going to also use this C sharp note as a kind of jumping off point. So your whole notes are basically, you know, the ones we've learned so far, adding the root, and then jumping off from this 6th fret on the G string. And you probably noticed by now that it's basically around this shape, okay? For those of you who know the caged system, that would be called the C shape, I believe. Okay. So just another little lick there that I use. And then what I do is I go, use the finger, the second finger on the right hand. Okay, and a little extension of that is I'll pull off from 7 to 5 on the B. Then I'll go 6, 7, 6. And then finish off on that 5. Okay. Okay, let's mix it up, play a little solo and see if it can make a bit of sense.